They say that the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making the world believe that he didn't exist. I like to argue that the greatest trick that I ever pulled was making you turn on yourselves, using multiple books about your God.
You said you loved me, but I would have never guessed that it was the same love I had for you. I said, as we both smiled and stabbed each other till our last breath.
I was held down against my will as she struck me with several needles. The only thing that I could do was scream for help that would not come as the virus became one inside me.
He screamed, asking me why I was doing this to him. Truth be told, I didn't know why, and I just couldn't stop hitting him.
I tried to stop the bleeding after I bit her, but the more it flowed down her neck, the more that I couldn't resist. Thankfully, the restraints on her couldn't stop me either.
The only reason I got away with what I did was because it was the wrong victim. At least, after she invites me over to thank me, I can try again.
I looked over to my girlfriend and asked, "Are you sure you buried our child?" After she said yes, I pointed to our daughter, who was standing right behind her, and said, "You might want to try again."
Our daughter screamed as our eyes bled, and we crumbled to the floor. We died from her screams getting louder and louder as she laid in her crib.
I had to choose between two men who claimed to be the captain. As our ship continues to malfunction, I begin to realize I killed the wrong guy.
The Earth wasn't going to survive this collision, so I held my family and children tightly for the last time as everyone panicked and the Earth became nothing but ash.
The devil didn't make me end the lives of so many people. It was a team effort of myself and my inner demons that I bonded with in the psych ward.
It's bad enough when you can't get into heaven after death. It's worse when they have to keep killing you even after you try to explain that the devil really has no room for you yet.
I thought that I would have to kill my wife after she saw the pure carnage in our basement. She was only upset that I didn't trust her to know and didn't invite her to kill her boss.
I thought I had invented the perfect defense system for my home. Now I'm homeless and lost my leg.
I told them that she fell down the stairs and broke her neck, but that's not why I pushed her to her demise. I pushed her to her demise because I was not about to lose everything to that crazy one-time fling.
I keep trying to hide at night. I switch the rooms that I sleep in so that whatever or whomever is watching me can't find me. Tonight, I thought to myself, tonight I'm gonna get that son of a bitch. Night fell over my home in the woods, and who was there with me in the dark was someone I didn't recognize. I panicked and pulled out my father's pistol. Quickly, I shot multiple rounds and saw it was a cop and my caretaker. She couldn't find me for a month and asked Officer Dixon to accompany her to help look for me. Was I really this delusional? Or am I being played for a fool? It was then that my grandfather's grandfather clock began to work again. The damn thing no matter how many times it was serviced, hadn't worked in decades. It continues to ring as I type this.
Every night, I fall asleep, and the dream plays out about the same. I tried to talk to a man that I had never met before. He panics and tries to tell me of a city that is after him. He looks at me as if the sun is behind me, but when I look back, he disappears. I hope what I said gave him the power to get through his struggle, but as for me, there's no one that's able to help me. I smile to myself as a part of me feels my heart connect with his. I try to snap myself out of it and focus on where I am, but I'm so distracted by his looks and how I felt as I comforted him that I don't realize it's there.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
You're okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? You're okay. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
You're okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? You're okay.
The creature says repeatedly. I never know what it's referring to until I realize how much I want to scream, almost at random, the words, "I'm not okay!" Almost as if on cue, the very second that I scream it, it chases after me. It never lets me get too far before it holds me down and says,
"And you'll never be."
It holds me down by my feet and wrists as it forces the black ichor down my throat, and I can feel it course deep into my veins like being forced to drink poison. I then force myself to wake up and gasp. My veins give off an odd pulsing red glow as I try to get a hold of myself. Tonight was different. When I woke up, there was a piece of paper in my hand. It read, "Welcome to the City of Nightmares. Should you wish to return and possibly stay, cut away your pain and simply give in." It confused me at first, until I realized what it meant. I made a call to my now ex-boyfriend. I told him it was over and that I had meant to do it a while ago. He cried and begged for me not to, but my mind was made up. It was easier now that I knew who my heart belonged to. I just wish I didn't have to travel to that god-awful city just to find him.
The voices in my head are taking over. I can't decide if I should fight it or enjoy it.